I'm sorry, sweetie. Honey Badger doesn't give a shit.
Frankly, my dear, I don't.
Time to do some sketchy shit. Doo-dah, doo-dah. Hope I get away with it. Oh, da doo-dah day.
Okay, tonight it really is stupid o'clock. We can't help it. We got to do it.
Yeah. Sorry about that last night, everybody. John or Dan just took it upon himself to run a show without me, not letting me know y'all were going live.
Yeah, I was sitting there, and all of a sudden I went to check on Facebook, and Stupid O'Clock was live 2 hours ago. I'm like,
I sent you a message, Joe, about 30 or 45 minutes before people had pointed it out on chat, and I'm going, well, he just made a typo, that's all. And then I sent you a message. I figured you didn't respond right away. You were either taking a nap or it was close enough to Valentine's Day where you were taking Donna out to dinner, or you had some other obligation that you were taking care of. And basically, the group consensus was, well, the show's going to start whether we actually do anything or not. Let's just do it.
And a Facebook user, yes, there is a YouTube stream. I don't know why it didn't kick off with the rest of them, but it's up and running now.
Yep.
We have 3 of them.
Yeah,
Thank you, Carl.
mine, Stupid O'Clocks, and
Mine.
yeah, HallowCon's.
I'm looking for a good beard trimmer. So, Walmart didn't have any though. So,
Dollar Store's got a good one.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got.
Hey, do I need to? I'm going to send him a link real quick.
Well, he's got a launch coming up soon.
Oh, I'll send him one anyway.
All right.
Might come in handy later.
It's a good alibi.
We didn't intend to run for 2 hours last night, but basically the thing was, hey, let's just goof off a little bit, and then in the stream it'll be all right. It won't, as long as we don't get Joe Dog banned from anything, it'll be fine. And then I couldn't shut up.
It's more like do a show until Joe comes in and says, "You kids get off my lawn."
Well, I was trying to kill the show, so I could reset the time, and it's like, shit.
Yeah. What are you kids doing out of bed?
Fortunately, I keep my feathers numbered for just such an emergency. It turns out that one of the Facebook channels, somebody grabbed the link early on, and the complete 2-hour show was out there. So I went through about 7 different hoops of fire to get an MP4 of the full show recording, rather than the one that's it's on my YouTube that started in the middle where you restarted everything, Joe.
Oh, and Zach, I sent it to your Facebook, personal Facebook.
It is uploading Ian as we speak. And it knocked out Lindsay's TV on the Roku. I'm sorry, I used up all the bandwidth. I'll have to remember that from now on. I will only be able to upload stuff to YouTube after she's gone to bed, because the amazing howl of despair that came from the living room when the TV stopped working. I got to buy some more treats for that dog, I swear. It won't let Lindsay watch TV. Dog always wants out. Dog always wants attention. Dog doesn't get attention. Dog comes down the hallway and starts pulling stuff off the bookshelves and gnawing on them. Typical teenager attention-getting behavior. Well, if your teenagers have fur and 4 legs, anyway. That's Carl's got a point. Last night just shows that you do have a fan base.
That is true.
Yeah, well, the thing is, I showed up and they all left, so I may just have to leave.
Oh. And no, there wasn't a last man standing. I had a private last man sitting for about 30 minutes afterwards, and then I took myself to bed.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And it'll be a much quieter night for me tonight because they canceled due to the rain, snow, wintry mix that we're getting. So something about it wasn't safe to be on the side of the interstate,
Oh, well, for once, Mother Nature did you good instead of did you dirty.
Pretty much.
Hey,
So far,
yeah.
Day ain't over yet.
Yeah, no use getting a DOT truck caught in a snowplow.
See, that'd be my concern if we were out there. I wouldn't worry about the other drivers. It'd be the idiots in the plow trucks because I still know most of them.
Oh,
I
I
knew where that
started.
was going.
I kind of got sneaky and started training a couple of people on how I do computer stuff at work because they've still got decades before they can retire.
Hmm.
Better living through malicious compliance. Mm.
I know that all
Oh,
too well.
dang it! I just lost it. Where'd it go? I just saw the dumbest headline. Eggs may cause heart disease.
What?
Um, Several
Yeah.
million years of history kind of caused me to doubt that.
Well, no, it's
The
depends on how
cholesterol in the
much.
eggs.
Yeah, just like saccharin causes cancer. Well, yeah, but the amount of saccharin that they fed to that rat to give the rat cancer is so many more times than the human body is going to absorb through everything to begin with. So I
I'm
mean,
I'm still a firm believer that doctors cause cancer because every time someone's got cancer, there's been a doctor involved.
It's a
It's
conspiracy.
a common denominator.
every time it's been officially diagnosed.
You may as well get like a sack of pears to keep the doctor away.
A 44 Magnum will keep a doctor away too.
It works on just about anything but mosquitoes.
I was going to say that's going to work on quite a few things.
Yes. Apples,
Not the
so
green
much.
room, Joe. Not the green room. Not the green room. Not
This
the
is
green.
88 Magnum, two
Shoots
44s
them
put
schools.
together. Shoots the bus behind the schools.
You've actually sat and watched the Green Hornet with Seth Rogen, haven't you?
Yep.
I've seen bits and pieces of it. I have not actually seen the whole thing. It was that bad.
I have. Kato was really good.
Yes.
I had the dinky toy Black Beauty car from the Green Hornet. And it had it's kind of like I never got the Batmobile. They never seemed to have the Batmobile. Went in there. But I got the Green Hornet car.
A friend of
I
mine
have no
had
idea what
a
happened. I think somebody stole it. I have no idea what happened to it.
had a
Your mom probably threw it
63
away.
No, I'm pretty sure somebody got it.
That was cruel.
That's why I kept saying, not the green room, not the green room.
A friend of mine had a 63 Dodge Dart with a 3 on a tree that looks so much like the Black Beauty. That's ended up what he ended up calling it. Even though, again, it was green. We really wanted to find green lamps to toss on the front so that it actually had green headlights too. But apparently that's illegal.
Yep.
I don't know. There was a
You can have green lights on the front. You cannot have green headlights.
there was one recent make of car that you could choose basically the accent trim lights all over the car, and there was one fellow nearby that got pulled over, and then they found out he's actually a cop, so they quit pulling him over.
Well, that's nothing. Hyundai, there's a performance car by Hyundai
Mm-hmm.
that the exhaust is illegal in California.
I'm not surprised. So is breathing. Existing is illegal in California.
It's too loud.
Oh,
It passes emissions, passes the tailpipe test, passes the OBD2. But the cops have seen them, and if they see a smartass they don't like, they'll pull them over, cite the car, and the car has to be towed from where it's picked up to his shop. Well, that sounded like a pissed off cat.
wasn't
Pissed
here.
off cat or pissed off toddler, one of the two.
I heard it over my headphones, so it wasn't me.
Yeah, I heard her over mine too.
I'm not saying it was aliens, but
But yeah, Hyundai is in the process of suing the state of California because state of California approved it. And when it goes to the inspector is disallowing it.
this may be a case where I think Hyundai might have more money than California.
Well, it's a case to where these Hyundai owners who are paying, $65,000-$70,000 for a car that they can't drive, and Hyundai's not wanting to refund the 2,000 that have already been sold.
Uh-huh. Oh. I wonder if it's actually louder than a Harley Davidson.
It's louder than a straight pipe Harley.
That will take some doing.
So, did any of y'all watch the Super Bowl or any of the commercials or anything like that? Because I did.
I did sit through the commercials on YouTube.
I didn't watch any of the Super Bowl, but I did listen to it over the radio.
Strangely enough, the only thing I have seen about the Super Bowl was Rihanna's performance. And that popped up on YouTube for me. So that was pretty. Those platforms that they had that were floating around on wires, that was pretty awesome.
Yes.
I'd be curious to see how I'd be curious to see that contraption. So
the engineering, yeah. That
no
would
kidding.
that'd be fascinating.
Because not only were they like some sort of glass, but they were also lit. They had like lights around the bottom of them. I'm like, well, it's got to be battery powered because I don't see any power cables.
And the amount of engineering that goes into that each year.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. I used to be impressed with the floats in the Tournament of Roses parade for exactly the same reason.
Mm-hmm.
People work so hard.
So, how was everybody's Valentine's Day this week?
I was at work. Take a guess.
I didn't even eat chocolate. So. I do have some moon pies laying around there somewhere.
I brought Lindsay home something I thought she would like, and it turned out to be the wrong variety of the right brand.
Well, at least you had the right brand.
Yeah, well, yeah, at least it was Cadbury, yeah, but anyway, she said she would enjoy it slowly. a little bit at a time. So with a chocolate bar, that's usually the way that I enjoy them. Just a little chunk and um, enjoy it and set it aside for later and come back to it over and over again, like going to a salad bar.
Yeah,
Get
I
the
I missed
combination.
I missed half price candy day.
Mm.
I did too.
My wife didn't. She was out there on the 15th at Walmart.
Oh, we thought you did it on purpose, Joe Bachman. But John's done the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I've actually got a green T-shirt somewhere in a drawer in some closet in the house that is the right color. I thought about
Kelly
getting the green Jedi robe that I got from P and Elrod when she was doing the Jedi robe business to supplement her income from her books, and seeing if it was the right color for the green screen.
I'm reading something that just kind of blows my mind here. The U.S. Forest Service has issued kill orders for feral cows in New Mexico.
Okay.
And apparently, they're going to fly around in a helicopter with a sniper in the door, killing cows.
Do you know how many years in prison you can get for hitting a cow with your car in New Mexico?
Ooh.
They take that seriously. And from a helicopter, how can you tell a feral cow from one that's just out having a leisurely stroll?
Farm cows will have a yellow tag in their ear.
Well, all you gotta do is find the mama and check the brand.
So the sniper's going to have to first aim at the ear, or both ears, unless there's a standard. They either always put it on the left or right.
I think it's always on the
Don't
right,
have
but
the
I might be
fingers.
wrong about that.
So he's going to, just for sake of simplicity, he's going to have to check the right ear each time.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully the sniper scope is good enough that it zooms up enough that he'll be able to notice a little yellow tag hanging off of an ear before he shoots the thing.
Uh-huh. And Michaela's got a good point.
Yeah. Yeah, I hope they. No, because if they're flying around a helicopter, there's no way you can get the. No, that's when you get a couple cattle dogs and about a dozen guys on horses.
That's what I'm wondering is, hey, Donna.
Hello, Donna.
Hey, he hit a Cadbury egg under his hat. Okay.
I'm afraid that if they've declared a particular cow they shoot feral, they're just going to leave it for the coyotes.
Yeah.
Oh, look who's here!
Yeah.
Hey, Zach.
Hey, Zach.
Hello.
So, Zach, let me get this right. Japanese took a bath on their launch tonight.
Well, they ignited the main engines, and the SRBs decided to take the night off. So,
And this is the first launch, right?
yeah. Oops. So the rocket's fine. It screamed a little. The screams were kind of terrifying.
Now, I haven't seen it, so I'm just guessing. The complicated part with the pumps and everything worked fine. The bottle rocket part failed.
Yeah. Somehow the solid things that they just have to spark didn't spark. Well, I'm just glad one of them didn't light. Because if one had lit,
that thing had done.
and the main engine had lit, we would have had a proton, which would have been really unfortunate because we were talking about proton about 20 minutes before the launch in the live stream. So
You jinxed it.
Well, apparently.
I've got a picture here I want to show real quick. We were just talking about the U.S. Forestry Service has announced that they're going to start hunting feral cows in New Mexico.
I'm getting corrected by my own people, and I heard that. We're having fun with the translations. The English commentator said the SRBs didn't ignite.
Yes, that's
Now, how would you like to be red team to go up and make sure everything's safe?
I wouldn't want to be red team with NASA.
Yeah.
Nobody else.
you know those things have electric detonators.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean that's just it's got to be the way that works. Okay, and even the military doesn't like using electric detonators.
Because they don't always go.
Well, that's not the problem. The problem is sometimes they just decide to go when they want to.
Oh, wait. What did we miss here? Michaela in a swimsuit?
Oh,
I've heard
Anyway.
of absurd statements, but that one takes the cake right there.
Yeah, and there's no context in it
yeah,
anywhere.
and
There, a little bit farther up, Dawn was telling Michaela not to forget her swimsuit.
and it just killed.
Okay.
It just killed what I was going to show you guys. So that's because
Well, what were you going to show us, John? That I'm sorry, Michaela went way off.
yeah, that's the problem. If I show this picture now, somebody's going to get really upset.
Yeah,
It's
Michaela.
2023. Someone's going to get upset if you don't show it.
not the
No,
green
no,
room.
no.
Not the green room.
Okay.
It is not a picture of Michaela in her swimsuit. I'll tell you
No,
that right
but
now.
I didn't want to pop it up right after she said that.
The timing has now become suboptimal.
All right.
I would say
Going
just
back
go
to
ahead.
your previous story, John, is that what it refers to?
Yes.
Yes. I would say just go ahead and unshare that picture before you accidentally bring it up.
Wait a minute. Let me look.
The U.S. Forestry Service has announced that they're going to start hunting feral cows in New Mexico by sending in a helicopter with a sniper in the door to hunt for feral cows, which why they can't send in a few cowboys in.
Is it a big
Round-
problem in New Mexico, just cows?
Apparently.
There are more cows than people in some counties of New Mexico.
I mean, that's with stray dogs in California, and that
Yeah,
one
well-
they just don't care.
Hey, you hear all these people in Washington say that you have absolutely no reason to have an AR-15 at your home or where you work. And I'm like, really?
Oh, well.
Because I know people that absolutely wear it when they go out to do their job. They got an AR-15 in the truck with them, or on the tractor, or on horseback, or whatever. Because they're going to run into something that them pansy asses in Washington ain't never seen before,
Like a bear.
like a bear.
Yeah, John, I just saw the picture, and absolutely, after talking about Michaela and swimsuits,
Don't show
no,
No.
don't show
No.
it.
Yes, people are going hungry, and yes, they're going to waste beef, and I do believe
But
that they will be
if all
killing
the
these
cows-
cows
if all
because
the cows look like that one, I'd probably shoot that thing too, because that's a mean looking cow.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, all you got to do is get a couple of the guys from the Yellowstone down there to.
beef it up a little bit.
Hey,
You know,
I'll tell you, them boys from Yellowstone will drag that one down, walk it back to the ranch by the ear.
if you're familiar with the story about Tombstone, Arizona, and Wyatt Earp and the McClowerys and all sorts of stuff like that, they were going across the border into Mexico and basically stealing Mexican cows, bringing them back to the United States and selling them in Arizona. And if that is what one of the cows looked like that they were working with, they have my respect, because that is just a mean looking. It looked like a cow on steroids.
All right, now that we've got to be talking about cows, yeah, I'm looking at this, and this looks like a pretty, yeah,
That is not a scrawny cow.
no, and it's got a damn nose ring, so it belongs to somebody.
No, I don't think that's nose. I think that's just the nose.
I don't.
it's
I
just
don't
those.
think that one skipped arm day at the gym anytime. in
No,
No, I don't see a ring, and it doesn't. It definitely doesn't have a tag in the ear either.
yeah,
Maybe that's just the wrong kind of
No.
cow.
yeah.
There's no ring in that.
Nope, no ring.
Who did we lose? We lost somebody across the bottom.
No, we lost a cow.
Oh, okay.
See, that's why they're going out and hunting them with helicopters.
Get them off of YouTube or StreamYard.
Yeah, Carl,
Well-
that did look like an Angus, but a really young one.
Yeah. Now I know why they're using helicopters.
You don't want to be on the ground. If you don't kill it with the first shot, you really don't want to be on the ground next to it.
Show it your badge. Show it your badge. Yes, I'm evil. I didn't say I wasn't. I'm not hiding anything.
Badges? We don't need no stinking badges.
Officer Roy, let me see if I've got this straight. You tried to use your taser on a cow. And you won't be able to return to duty for the next 6 months.
Oh, John, it's Hulu. The sequel series.
History of the World Part 2 is coming to Hulu. And it does have, I'm not sure, Mel Brooks is one of the executive producers. So he
Mel's
actually
in
had
it.
Hmm?
Mel's in it.
Is he? I have not.
Yeah.
I did not see.
Don, I don't think that equation actually evens out. Taser plus cow equals cow chasing you around the ranch.
Hey, Steph.
Hello,
Hi there.
Stephanie.
Hello.
Hope you're feeling better.
Somewhat, yeah. The weather has got me kind of achy, but that's nothing new. So, how is
Oh.
everybody?
Doing great. Doing great.
Doing all right.
Good.
Doing all right.
Goodbye.
Good.
And Stephanie, I will be staying in April. We're coming down April 20th at Quality Inn on Arlington,
Okay.
if you know where that is.
We'll have to hunt it up on the map, but yeah,
I guess you know where Arlington is, though, right?
actually no. But that's all right. I'll hunt it up on the map.
Okay, it's one of the main roads out through there.
Okay.
Just don't tweet that, Joe. You'll get banned.
What?
Your location. You can't
Oh.
tweet that anymore.
Your stalkers will show up.
Your stalkers will show up. So then they ban you, not your stalkers.
So I can't tweet out that I'm at a convention somewhere.
I wouldn't recommend it. No.
I
See,
would because they got a.
that tells people you're away from home.
Well, true.
But then, if they broke in, they'd have
They'd
to
have to
face
face.
Donna.
They'd have to face the dogs.
Yeah.
Oh, yep.
It was not a flask, Heather.
So I heard the craziest thing the other day. One cow asked the another, "Have you heard of the disease called the mad cow disease? The news sounds so scary." And the
Okay.
And the other cow goes, "No, I'm a helicopter."
What was that one? Carrie hit the wrong button there.
you've already ruined the joke. So
Ruined or
Everybody got to have a hobby. That's show dogs. Usually he ruins them by trying to tell them himself.
There's
but-
this big hill in the middle of a cow pasture. Okay. And there's a bunch of bulls, bunch of cows. And an earthquake hits. And all the cows go rolling down the hill, but the bulls just stand there. Cows go up there and goes, "Hey, how come you bulls didn't fall down the hill when the earthquake hit?" Because we bulls wobble, but we don't fall down.
Oh,
You should have emailed that one to Kiri.
true cow
Ba-dum,
story.
bum.
Uh-oh, Stephanie's got a cow story.
My grandmother, her sister, and their cousin grew up raising cattle. And so they three would always get sent in the evening to go fetch the cattle back. And so they were headed out, and I knew the cousin as Miss Ella. So it was Hazel, my grandmother, Louise, her sister, and Ella, their cousin. And so Ella and Hazel ran on ahead, and they discovered no long distance from the cows. They discovered a fresh cow pile. Now, one of the things that they liked to do was to kick the old dried out piles of dung, and because they were usually kind of frisbee shaped, and they liked to see how far they could kick them. And so they found this fresh cow pile, and Hazel and Ella got the smart idea of disguising it as an old cow pile. And so they grabbed all of the old dried dung they could find in the area, and they covered up the freshness of the cow pile. And Aunt Louise came along, came running up, kicked the cow pile, and basically had to go home, strip, change, and bathe.
Oh, yeah. Well, you heard about the old farmer that wanted to get a new bull to add some variety into his herd, and the three bulls there were going, "Oh, I ain't sharing my bulls with no bull. No, I ain't sharing. Old farmer rolls up with the trailer. Trailer starts rocking side to side as soon as he gets to a stop. He opens up the door and runs and hops in the back of the truck. Brahma Bull knocks the door open, comes out snorting, stomping, spinning, and snorting. Oldest one of the other bulls go, I think I could share about half of them with him. The second one goes, I'll give him a little bit more. I'd give him 3/4 of my bull. I'd be getting my cows. I'd be happy with that. Young bull charges down there, snorting, stomping, but making all sorts of noise. And the other two going, "You fool! Stop! What are you doing? Young bull looks back at him and says, "I'm making sure he knows I'm a damn bull."
Okay.
Mine has profanity, so I'm not sure if I can tell it here.
Not the green room.
Not the green.
Tell it. Why not? Hey, we're all, like Zach says, we're already so far in that the algorithm can let us say the bad words.
I like that. Okay. Old bull and a young bull are sitting on top of a hill, looking down the hill at a bunch of cows. Young bull looks at the old bull and goes, "Hey, let's run down there and fuck us a cow." Old bull thinks about it for a second, looks at him, goes, "I got a better idea. Let's walk down there and fuck them all."
Okay, I realized who we lost. We lost Rich.
Yes.
I mean, completely. He just completely disappeared. I guess he got tired of the cow jokes.
Yeah, he
That's
got a low
Maybe.
tolerance for bull.
He got tired of our bullshit. Okay. Let's see. Maybe he's just into cow erotica.
On that note, I'm going down the hall. Y'all do what you want.
Well, I tell you, all that cow erotica is all a bunch of bullshit anyway.
Oh.
But for people who truly enjoy it, is the genre considered beef stroganoff?
Yeah, I have. Ever since I heard that joke the first time, I can't even look at it in the store now. Zach, do you understand the joke?
Oh, I get it.
I know Gary definitely got it.
You know, I do wonder, since we mentioned that, I do wonder sometimes if American humor and Canadian humor clash sometimes.
We just
I know,
say sorry after every joke.
So many of our great comedians are Canadian, though.
but they work in America. There's different, things.
Right, but
They'll have the
if it
money
was such
to
a
give the
disconnect,
jokes.
they wouldn't translate,
Well, to give you an example, if you go to England, a lot of American humor doesn't translate. And there are some countries where just they don't get, unless you know American culture, you don't get the American culture jokes. Try telling a Polak joke in Poland. They're like, "How is that funny?" Yes.
All right. I'm about to tell my favorite black joke ever.
Okay.
How do black jokes start?
Do what?
All right, let's try this again. I'm going to tell my favorite black joke ever. How do most black jokes start?
Good night, Joe.
Say good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
You need to warn me to have that ready when y'all do go that far.
It's a shame they don't have hotkeys
I
on
know.
StreamYard.
Mm-hmm.
They do have hotkeys. I just don't.
Good night, everybody.
Just don't remember
No,
how to.
like you can program it on your number bar or your number pad, and just like that would be number one, and have a number two would be a drum roll. And
Yeah, well, see, you can change layouts, with hotkeys.
now that I did not know. Oh wait, I did know. I just never use them.
Yeah.
Yeah, shift +1, shift +2. Awesome.
What would be nice is if you had some kind of StreamYard stream deck. You just push a button and it'll just play whatever for you with just a simple button click.
Right. Hotkeys.
Yeah.
But programmable. Like you can program the drum roll to number 2 or number 6, whichever number you want, and just have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Donna says there aren't enough numbers for all my crap.
Point.
Oh, and Zach, remember we were talking about that thing that you're working on? and possibly using StreamYard.
Sure.
The interview thing.
Yes.
2 hours free recording free.
Oh, okay.
And you get, all the banners and stuff.
Okay. Be interesting.
So yeah, that that way you can do the prep for all that show. Plus you can download and do the edit.
Right. That makes sense. And I don't plan on doing 2-hour interviews. And if I do, I don't plan them on being online.
Yeah. If you're going to do a 2-hour interview, you're going to be face to face.
I would hope so.
Oh. Rich, slide the camera a little bit to the left.
He wants to be abstract.
He's a
No,
Picasso.
it's
His door is centered. He's just not centered.
Yeah, well, I'm seeing half his nose.
yeah, at the size of that nose, though, half is more than enough. Not quite Cyrano de Bergerac, but getting there.
Yeah, I had a rough life. That's one reason I don't shave my head. I grew up with head injuries. Quite a few
Explains
of
a
them.
lot.
Do what?
So explains
Yeah.
a lot.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
What?
ladies and gentlemen,
What?
the e-arc for my most recent anthology that I'm in is now live with Bain Books.
All right.
Excellent.
Ooh.
So let me see if I can figure out how to do this. I put it in the messenger chat.
All right.
Oh, while she's doing that, hey, Zach, tell her about the Japanese rocket launch. I don't know if she heard that from us.
What, Jackson?
Yeah. The H3 new rocket today, well, an hour ago. And what they said on stream was the main engine ignited and the SRBs went, nah, not today. But it looks like it's the other way around and that they didn't get it. The English reporters are saying the main engine didn't get up to thrust, so they didn't ignite. But that's not what they said on stream.
How bad?
We didn't leave the pad.
No, they
Just
fired
sat
the main
there.
engine.
It's green for like
Okay,
30
so
seconds.
they did. So they didn't detonate the pyro bolts. Okay, that's good.
Yeah, they didn't lose it, but the main engine went, and then nothing happened, and then it turned off, and then there was this horrific screaming from the rocket for like 20-30 seconds.
Yeah, that would be the structure going, let me go, and the engine going, don't let go. Yeah.
Well, they just got to perform a static fire test. That's all, right?
Yeah.
Oh, we'll see.
Better than a RUD.
Yep.
Especially since we were talking about it pulling a proton about 20 minutes earlier in my live stream. So
Yeah. Mhm.
I was thankful that not one SRB, like neither SRB ignited.
Yeah. It's if one ignites and the other one doesn't. Yeah.
You get a lot of clicks on YouTube, though. So, I mean,
Yeah. Well,
$50 million rocket, 50,000 views.
Yeah,
was it unmanned?
yes,
Yeah, it's a cargo.
Okay, that's a little bit less bad.
Yeah.
But not a whole lot.
Well, I remember the Proton video where it went up and it's going, and you can hear one guy on camera go, "Boy, I hope it don't come this way."
Yeah, that's when they installed I think it was the navigation system upside down.
Yeah.
So it started going up, but then was like, wait, I'm upside down. Let's turn. And got about 3/4 of the way around and then crumbled into itself.
what was that one up in Virginia that it was one of the first launches they were doing out of Virginia, and it was one of those. I want to say it was an Atlas, but I might be wrong.
Oh, Antares.
The Antares, yeah.
That was a good one.
And it uses Russian rocket motors, which is not a bad thing.
Not anymore.
Yeah, it almost got off the launch pad.
Oh, it got off the launch pad. It got up.
It got up, got scared, came back down.
And knocked out the launch facility for about a year and a half.
There you go, Stephanie. I got both of them up there.
Okay, I appreciate it. The second one is my is a pre-order for my most recent novel, which is called Meetings, and it's it's the first book in a spin-off series from the Division 1 series. The spin-off series is going to be called Blood Brothers.
That's the one with you're gonna have to help me out on the nickname.
Zach Rich's
let me see if I can share
computer died.
Ooh.
All right, which button is it that I hit for share? Settings?
No,
present.
Present. Okay.
Like you're doing a presentation. Why they changed it from share to present? I'll never know.
Okay. Can you see that?
No.
Not yet.
No.
It'll show up at the bottom of the screen like another person just joined the room and you get it right.
Well, food. I don't know. I have to be over there. I don't have two screens, guys. I have to be in that tab.
Well, go to that tab, share, and then we'll bring everything up once it shows up.
Okay. I'm supposedly I'm sharing, and I'm on that tab. Is it not behaving?
No, it's not showing up.
Well, crap.
Is it?
Window.
I'm not sure which setting you'll have to get to share the tab. So.
Tab. Let's try this. Ha ha ha.
There it is.
Gentlemen, consider yourselves lucky. We just taught a rocket scientist how to do something with a computer.
And the IT guy's computer died. Go figure.
Some days. All right, and then let me actually also, let's see. It's got view larger image.
Oh.
So now let me see if I can share. I didn't say stop screen.
Ouch.
No, shit.
See, I just finished reading Tour de Force, so I know who those two characters are.
Share screen. Tab.
One is Fox, and the other's I can never remember his nickname.
Pulgy and Teddy.
Pulgy.
And there's the one that's up. The E-Arc is up at Bain. So never let it be said that I don't do my absolute dead level best to promote my books. And looky here, folks. I don't know if you can see my cursor or not, but I made the front cover.
Nice.
Nice.
That's
So, all right. Now I need to. Will it automatically unshare?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Then we're good.
Hey, Rich, did you try turning it off and turning it on again?
It turned itself off.
Ooh, that's not good.
Had to give it a couple moments to cool down. And then also find some risers to give some more airflow so that
I need to do that too. I'm glad you mentioned that. Flip on the ceiling fan.
Let me see here.
Yeah, I'm looking at my desktop. It wouldn't hurt to probably run the vacuum over that.
When the spiders tell you to dust, you know you're doing bad.
Yeah, it's about time.
We
I do-
we had a
I-
computer come in one time when I worked at Staples that we're not entirely sure how the thing actually ran without just instantly overheating. They were running a PC tune-up special, which was basically us running a scan to make sure it didn't have viruses and blowing out little dust. We opened up the side of this computer, and it is just caked in
And dust.
dust, dog hair, and cigarette tar.
People make the mistake all the time of setting their computers towers on the floor next to their desk.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yes.
That's often the only place they have to set it, though. In all
Yeah.
fairness,
And it's the worst place to put it because it sucks up everything.
Yep.
yeah.
I've
We called
got
and asked them where, what the living conditions of this were, and they're like, "Oh, there's 4 of us live here. 3 of us smoke, and we have 4 long-haired dogs."
Oh yeah.
I've
Well,
got a
Cool.
friend who did have a computer set on the floor, and it kept acting up like crazy.
Let me guess. They had it on a carpet and kept walking by and static.
Who knows? I don't know what kind of floor they had.
Now, Lindsay had one that it was actually on a milk crate, not on the floor. And she came back here and had a glass of wine in her hand. And the dog we had at the time ran between her legs and tripped her. And that entire bottle of wine went right down into the power supply. Or not the bottle,
Oh,
the goblet. And I could
oh,
not, it had one of those teeny tiny sub miniature power supplies that I could not find for love nor money. So I went out and I got a full size power supply and ran wires through the grate in the back of the and got it working for 2 more years. on a
Well,
So you had the computer sitting there and a bundle of wires coming out the back and this power supply that was almost half the size of the computer itself.
now
And it worked fine. I mean, it had the appropriate amount of power to run everything. It was not something that would win a beauty pageant, but
it
I wouldn't want
worked.
to do a laptop that way, but it worked.
I used to work at a fruit stand selling computers. If you can connect the dots, you'll know where that is. And sold
A
a
banana
brand new-
2000.
Yeah, $6,000 laptop.
Your old
And
Satan
mom
box.
was setting it up, and kid went and got lunch. Came back to mom setting it up. Sat down, had a booster juice. Knocked it over, poured the
You do
whole
it.
booster juice over the keyboard of the new computer and into all the keys of the new computer. And the mom just looked at me of like, "Can you fix this?" Nope.
It's dead.
It was gone. 20 minutes out of the box.
Had an attorney at the firm.
Hmm.
They were currently displaced because of a fire in their home. So they're living out of a hotel. And many of the attorneys didn't listen to the IT department saying, do not let your kids play on this. This is not your personal computer. This is your work computer.
Oh.
Little kid had 32 ounces of orange juice. Had
Where the hell did you
32
get 30?
McDonald's.
Every time I order orange juice, it comes in this little itty bitty cup, like 3-4 ounces. And
You get the really big one, and then you drop the fact that you're an attorney, and people will sometimes.
You want to supersize that? I
Yep.
wish you hadn't now.
And completely killed the laptop.
Well,
we had to rebuild a brand new one for her.
there's a reason Donna or Greg doesn't have a computer. They pop power supplies through surge protectors.
Okay.
We had lightning hit a power pole down the house, and of course, we have surge protectors on everything. I had a really nice one with battery backup and everything. It came through the cable TV cable.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
We had that happen. It knocked everything out that was connected HDMI.
So now they have surge protectors where you run your cable through the surge protector before it goes into your TVs and stuff.
Yeah, it
we
knocked out my. I couldn't connect my computer to the internet.
we got a free satellite dish computer that tuner that way.
Yeah.
Had a close lightning strike. The only thing that went out was the dish tuner.
Yes.
Everything else.
Funny thing though, the modem where it all came in the house, plugged into the modem, still worked, but it blew the little transformer that plugged in the wall.
Yeah, we same thing, same exact
Mm-hmm.
thing. Knocked the HDMI out on the TV. Anything that was connected knocked out the PlayStation, but it worked. It still power up. You just couldn't connect network anything.
Mm.
So
No,
Oh.
when their power supplies would go out, I don't mean it would, shut off or whatever. It would, it would shut off, and I would go in try to fix it. I turned on hers one time, and could hear the lightning inside the power supply.
Oh,
Oh,
geez.
I have
And
had I have had that happen to me once.
let out all the magic smoke.
That do happen.
Oh. IT
so
guys. I got one for you. My supervisor brought in uh, basically what is uh, an Ethernet, not a hub, but something much more complicated than that, but it's basically works like a hub. And he could not figure out how to plug it up and get everything running on it. And
Basically a switch or something like that.
yep, it was a PoE switch.
Okay.
So I Googled the operator's manual. Evidently, the input was something totally different from anything he had. So you could plug an Ethernet cable into what was looked like an input. You could plug the other two computers in the room into what looked like the outputs. And actually that's what they were. They were outputs. But there was these other two little special boxes, two little ports on the side with rubber covers over them that took some kind of special connector with special wires that you're supposed to run the Ethernet into it. So this is something that should be in a rack somewhere rather than sitting between two computers with just a normal Ethernet cable plugged into it. And it was company issue. So, and they have policies where I can't just go and get my old Ethernet hub, my old 4-port Ethernet hub where you just plug an Ethernet cable in and you can get 4 more out of it because that violates company IT policy. But he's trying to do the same thing with company issued equipment without someone that knows how to wire it up correctly. So
Yeah,
basically, uh, I'm sitting there. I've got, oh, please. There we go. I got one of these at work. It's an Ethernet port that plugs into USB. No big deal. Works. No need for a power supply. Anything. I got one of those where I don't have to reach around the back of the two computers anymore to swap the wire. I just pull it out of a USB port on the front, plug it into the USB port on the front of the other one. We just have to swap the wire whenever the other guy needs the connection to use his computer.
All right, guys, I just caught on. Guess what we've done?
Brady
Play
Bunch?
Hollywood Squares.
We've got the Brady Bunch. It's been a long time since we've been Brady Bunched.
Hmm.
See if I
And we
can,
all fit.
I'm Greg.
Bobby.
Don't tell.
Zach,
Okay.
you get to be Alice.
Hi.
Alice, who the? Oh wait.
This makes me Jan, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
And I'm Marsha.
Marsha.
So am I Mike or
No,
Carol?
You're
Carol.
Carol.
You're Carol.
How's it going, Carol?
I know that. No, Mike's on the bottom.
Oh, okay. That
Is it?
makes me
Okay.
Carol.
How's it?
Damn,
Not
I
the
don't
green
look good
room,
in
Joe.
any of
Not
those
the
dresses
green
she
room,
used
Joe.
wore.
Not the green room, Joe. Oh.
Just put it in
Almost-
the private chat, Joe.
Oh.
Yeah, and then
Very
we'll all
private
die
chat.
laughing.
Rich already knows what I thought.
no? I'm laughing because Carrie's just saying, or you were saying not the green room, and Carrie was telling you put it in the privates.
That's even worse.
You know, last night we started the show off at this point.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh dear.
It took us an hour to get there tonight. Don't make truck stops like they used to.
So Joe Dog, I have to ask,
Yeah.
what in Mississippi?
What?
What in Mississippi? You know the answer.
Of course I do. But I'm not Joe.
She must be talking Bachman because I've got no damn clue.
No, Joe Dog.
No clue.
A Minnesota. You're the one that posted it.
Yeah, well, it was just a funny meme.
He posts a lot of things.
I know. But then, okay. So what did Idaho? This is for anybody.
Not the green room. Not the
Not
green
the
room.
green.
I've known this joke since 4th grade. It's not bad.
$50 for an hour until Vice got her.
No. I don't know, but Alaska. What did Delaware?
Well, I'll tell you, Dawn was the only 10 I see.
What did Delaware? A New Jersey.
Where did I go wrong in life? Where?
You do know that, Joe Dog, you sparked this whole thing with that one little meme.
We're in a sad state.
Yeah, but I'm in Georgia. What's your excuse?
State of insanity.
Yeah, Carl, they're gonna end up having to tie me and Dawn and Joe together and just blare the Rick roll. Just tie us up and then log us in a room and just play nothing but Rick rolls for like 12 hours.
You say that
Wait.
like you're hopeful. Oh.
Oh, got stuff on that one.
Okay. Loved it.
I'm so
Loved it.
glad I was not drinking.
Loved it.
Why, John? Why, Rich?
Now you see what I've been putting up with since I started taking my wife to LibertyCon.
Now, does the present button allow you to share audio?
Yes.
Yes, but you better not.
I told you there'd be repercussions.
I'm.
It was a HallowCon joke. I couldn't resist.
It's something.
Well, Stephanie, that's why I was saying rich on bot, never mind.
Yeah. Yeah. That's gonna make viewing that show completely different now.
Yeah. And I think it was that disease that got him.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay. Yeah, knew that.
Brian K. Morris is on.
Uh-oh.
He liked the show. Now, if we could get him in here, we would just be in trouble. Actually, if one more person shows up, we're at a full house.
How would you arrange the tiles?
5 on 5, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not the green room. Not the green
Not the
room.
green room. Not the green room.
So when is the stupid o'clock of Harold dropping with like not the green room? Say goodnight, everything.
Well, the not the green room thing would be across multiple shows at this point.
Really, that would be mostly any rising tide or loosely affiliated sort of show. But
just put it on Twitch, make it a new show.
That start a show called Not the Green Room.
Oh, I double dog dare you.
And you have a swear jar.
I triple dog dare you.
What do you think the over
I see your swear jar,
how long
and
it
I'll
would take for a
raise
show
you
like that to get canceled?
a blue jar.
Have you seen what's on Twitch?
Not
When
entirely, no.
Twitch is borderline porn at some point.
Really?
So that explains where those Facebook videos are coming from.
The green room is family friendly on Twitch.
Yes. When I was stationed at Fort Knox, we were down in the motor pool working, and the motor pool had gotten a new officer in charge of the motor pool, our company's motor pool section, the maintenance guys. And he was a very conservative Christian, inviting everybody to go to church, that sort of thing. And he instituted, and it's kind of funny, the sergeant who was in charge of the motor pool, let's just say he had very colorful language. So the lieutenant instituted a swear jar. The master sergeant walked over there with a 2.5-pound sledgehammer, smashed the swear jar, says, "Don't put any more fucking glass jars in my countertop again."
Well, what about the Bud Light commercial? The swear jar in the office?
I don't remember that one right offhand.
That's the one where they were swearing all the time so that it would fill up so that they can buy a Bud Light for the office.
Yeah. President comes in and it's just beep, 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 beep. And he's just constantly stuffing money into the jar. And at the end of it, it's the office party. And everybody's holding a can of Bud Light.
I want to say there were like cases of it all around.
Yeah.
Well,
these days it'd probably just be a card reader.
Yeah.
speaking of commercials, what did y'all think of the Super Bowl commercials this year?
There were some good ones.
I'm in
There were-
Canada. We don't get the rich ones.
Yeah, I watched all of them tonight.
I was kind of underwhelmed.
Yeah.
The only
were-
Super Bowl commercial I can say was pretty entertaining was the Tubi TV commercial, the one that pretty much pranked everybody.
I didn't see that one.
I didn't see that one either.
Yeah, somebody put out an ad, and it made the same
Oh.
network that is also owned by Fox, Tubi TV, that streaming platform.
Yeah.
Pretty much put out an ad, and it made it look like the Super Bowl was coming back from commercial break until it started looking like somebody fucked with the TV with the remote or something.
Was that Tubi?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that one. That one messed with me.
That one
Now,
was
the one that I thought was hilarious was the Coors and Miller Lite commercial.
Yes. Yes.
Actually, it's Blue Moon.
Yeah. Now, you want to know the funny part? Miller owns Coors and Rolling Rock.
I
I
walked by
wondered why it
their
started tasting like crap
corporate
lately.
office, or one of their corporate offices, whenever I actually have to go into the office.
Yeah, I just watched the Tubi one. That's brilliant.
Yeah, that's what Kiri was talking about, the Tubi.
I mean, they took it from Disney, but that's well executed.
I didn't see that one.
Not sure it's worth $7 million, but
Spell Tubi.
Tubi.
yeah.
a lot of people actually got pretty furious by the ad. Interestingly enough.
Hold on, I'm trying to get it to play, and I got it running in.
I'm not surprised. I know some football fans that would be pretty upset if you did that on game day.
Oh no, that's the.
I'll DM it to you, Joe.
I've got it
What's
in
messed
the
up is-
private chat.
Oh, okay. All right, I found it.
What's messed up is when I saw that commercial, I was the only one awake in the house, and the remote was like sitting at the chair across from where I'm sitting now. So it really freaked me out.
So you had an out of body experience.
Yeah. I was like, the remote's sitting right there, and I'm sitting here. What? It was not funny. Well, maybe a little bit.
See, what would have been funny is if they had done it repetitively through it, but just slightly different. Because then you're like, they're not going to do that again. And like 30 minutes later into the Super Bowl, it happens again. Just
Is
like
this the
every
rabbit
30
hole?
minutes.
Yeah, dead people are. If it happens again, people are gonna know to expect it.
Yeah. Well, that okay. Yeah, I just saw it. Yeah, that and I'm seeing a lot of the reactions. That's almost as bad as the Orkin commercial that year.
Is this the rabbit hole commercial? That
No.
we're talking about?
No, the Tubi commercial is it's just like the guys are coming back from the commercial.
The second link in private chat.
Oh, okay. Let me look at.
But where was I going?
Off the rails, obviously.
Yeah.
Were the rails there?
The rails have been here for a while, from what I'm gathering.
Oh, the Orkin commercial. All of a sudden, as you're sitting there watching the TV, and it's the perfect size, German cockroach starts crawling across the screen. And then, there's another commercial playing. Then the cockroach starts crawling across the stream. Here comes another one. And then the Orkin guy comes up and says, "I got it," and kills them. Orkin had to pay for TVs. People sued Orkin. Because people were throwing stuff at their TV trying to kill the roach.
I remember hearing about that now.
I wonder how many people bought a TV that they were going to return the next day that then broke it.
So bad.
Yeah, if I saw that I wasn't really paying that much attention to the game. Didn't have a dog in that particular fight. I had it on in the background to look at the commercials, and I probably completely missed that it was a commercial. So,
yeah. It was done perfectly. It's just like, because most people are using Fire Sticks now.
mm-hmm.
So, it's just the fire screen interface, and then all of a sudden that starts popping up. What are you doing?
I actually do remember that commercial now that you mention it.
Yeah.
I think my delivery just arrived. I think I heard an Amazon delivery arrive.
Yeah, who shared that? Oh, Kiri, yeah. Yeah, Kiri showed the Orkin commercial.
Oh, Stephanie?
Huh?
Lindsay got an alert. A package had just been delivered on her cell phone. And she's going, "I didn't hear anybody drive up. I better go outside." And I didn't see any headlights. I mean, it was after dark. I didn't see any headlights, didn't hear anybody outside, anything. And she started reading it out. It was from November of 2001, and she just got the notice the package had been delivered.
Holy crap.
2001?
Yes. No, 2021, excuse me.
Oh.
All right. My turn.
I remember that one.
Mr. Pica.
How's it going, John?
Not the green.
Nope.
What are we going to talk about now, Joe's gone?
Wait. Talk about the fact that I got to go grab the cat.
There goes the camera.
Whoops. Not the green room. Not the green room.
I mean, I can distract with rockets that are exploding.
Oh, see?
I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to have to get rid of this Brady Bunch background because it looks like I'm wearing a yarmulke.
Yeah, it does. Now you mention it.
Veronica.
Dreidel, 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 I made you out of clay.
So we just need 3 more people, and then you play Hollywood Squares with the last 2 that arrive.
You fool.
That was the longest episode ever.
Let's see here. Trying to find a news story that's actually interesting.
Why waste your time?
Well, occasionally you get a good one.
Okay, do not be showing that in.
So I watched Battle Beyond the Stars on YouTube because it's free with ads the other day. And then yesterday I watched Space Raider. And about 5 minutes in, I'm like, is that the same? apparently they're both Roger Corman Productions, and apparently there was a big story about it on the interweb somewhere as well, about them reusing Battle Beyond the Stars, all the exteriors, spaceship shots, same spaceships and same everything. The Space Raider.
What was the name of that one?
Night, Michaela.
Oh, the Space Raider was originally called Star Child.
So yeah, and it had a kid in it. And it's kind of
Space Raider.
And it was literally they just rehashed the whole thing.
Yeah, it's internal stuff, all different. External stuff, it's I'm just like
the ship with boobs. Yeah.
Yes.
And everybody's going, what? Everybody's not seeing it is going, what? Yes, the spaceship had boobs.
Yes.
The hero spaceship had boobs.
And in Battle Beyond the Stars, it also had a female AI.
Had a female AI.
I hear spaceships and boobs, and I go to Barbarella.
Roger Corman is probably better.
Wasn't far off. It had Sybil Danning?
Yes, Sybil Danning.
As a Valkyrie. But yeah, it's
Saint Ermin of the Valkyrie.
Saint X-Men.
Good night, Carl.
And she was wanting to bone John Boy.
What was she?
Well, I am glad I had my mic turned off. We had a cat disagreement in the house.
Uh-oh.
3 of them.
Ooh.
It was a damn free-for-all in the hallway.
You have 3 cats?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
One of them, the black cat that started the stupid after show, has decided that she no longer likes the 2 white and gray cats. So whatever room she's in, she is dominant in that room. And I think the 2 cats have decided that they're not going to put up with it. Good night, Donna. Oh. Who did we lose? We've lost somebody.
No, we gained. Didn't we?
Oh, 9.
There we go. Okay. Yeah, somebody got a message. Who is Black Widow? That's a new. Is that one of yours?
It's one of mine.
Oh, okay. All right. So what did I miss?
Battle Beyond the Stars, ship with boobs.
Okay.
Roger
All the
Corman.
exterior shots are damn near shot for shot for Star Child / Space Raider.
There was no package at my door after all. I heard it, but I don't know.
Quickest porch pirates ever.
You don't get porch pirates where I am. So we get missed deliveries a lot. But
Lindsay got one time. Saw the truck pulling out.
Oh, okay. No.
And got the alert on her cell phone. Looked out. There wasn't one next to the porch. Usually they lean it up against the front door where whatever it is, if it's breakable, you have to knock it over or go out the back door and walk around the house to get to it to keep from breaking it. Nothing. Sat and ruminated about it for a while. Went back out again with a flashlight. They'd thrown it into the monkey grass next to her car. about 8 feet from the porch.
Sounds like our newspaper every morning. You never know where you're gonna find it.
Well, this was a package about the size of a suitcase.
Yeah.
Holy
Did y'all
crazy.
see the FedEx girl that got fired?
Mm-mm. What happened?
The FedEx girl delivered what amounted to 2 IKEA desks and was cussing the lady who was Hispanic
Hmm.
and just I don't give a I don't care if you recall I don't give a come to find out the lady has 6.2 million TikTok followers.
Wow.
Uh-oh.
Whoops.
Yeah, she's not
Whoopsie.
working. She's not working for FedEx anymore.
You think?
I'd imagine not.
She's not even a Walmart greeter now.
She
Didn't
says,
get her.
yeah, I know my boss too. My boss don't give a what I do."
Yeah, what about your
Turns
boss's
out the
boss?
boss actually did.
Yeah,
When it shows up on 2 million TikTok channels,
6 million,
6 million. Hey,
and you know it
Steve
got
Austin had them
retweeted
odds.
several times and ended
Uh
up in
huh.
corporate. It
Oh.
in
Somebody was
this
stupid.
yeah yeah in this day and age you don't say anything. It's like whatever.
A lot of the major corporations have someone that their job is to sit there on social media and watch to see for any bad press.
Yeah,
Huh.
and every new hire, they go back through their TikTok, their Facebook, their Twitter till to the day they signed on. Thankfully, my MySpace is completely gone now.
No, it isn't.
Still there.
It's still there.
It's still there. It's just on a Russian server now.
Yeah.
It got drafted. They're throwing it at tanks now.
So
Oh.
is LiveJournal is Russian now too.
Yes. Hmm. When we got news of that, um, people were notified how to go in and copy everything in their live journal, even though they weren't allowed to delete anything that was in their live journal. But you could keep it in case there was something that some deathless prose that you were musing about in a live journal post, and you didn't want to lose it because basically it was said to you that, hey, this is not going to be there anymore. You're not going to be able to get to it. So somewhere on one hard drive and maybe two different backups, there's every live journal post I ever made stored away. All 6 or 8 of them.
I'm gonna hop off here a little bit. I might be back to last man standing.
All right.
Okay.
So in case I don't, have a good night.
Good night.
Good night,
Nice
Con.
seeing you.
Now, what do we got here?
All right. I feel more human now. I have food in me.
Ah,
Is that what it takes? I got to try that sometime.
And Rich is all alone on the bottom.
Yeah, we lost the two youngest kids. Well, it just got real quiet.
Yeah. Just all of us are remembering this is not the green room.
Not the green room. Yeah. Gotta watch what we
How
say
about
here.
that hero at large with John Ritter?
Oh.
I just got a lot of stuff hitting all at once. Okay.
I'm waiting for the horse.
What is that? What you are you missing the horse?
Yeah.
Joe got that one hotkeyed.
Yeah.
He had that ready for us.
Not to mention the. Are you still doing the intro with the explosion and the woo?
Oh, I changed it up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I changed it up all the time now. This was the intro tonight.
I'm sorry, sweetie. Honey Badger doesn't give a shit.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
You know how
Okay.
you go looking for something and all of a sudden it's all over your internet feeds?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
I was looking up a new chef's knife. Nothing fancy. I just wanted a nice, solid stainless steel chef's knife. This thing popped up. Joe, can you bring me up full size here for just a second? So everybody can see that thing.
Hold on a second. Let me find you. There you are.
Ow. Anyway, it's 440 stainless, but God, this is a gorgeous knife.
Yeah,
For
that's
$300,
pretty.
it better be.
Yeah, really.
That's,
Are you coming to confinement?
me?
Yeah.
Where is it? Huntsville or
Lebanon, Tennessee.
probably not.
Okay.
Yeah, really.
It starts a week from tomorrow.
Oh,
And Mike Williamson started it up, and we've had several of them, but for the first time ever, they have a guest of honor,
And that's you.
and that's me.
Correct.
But the guy who makes some really, really fantastic knives is supposed to be there also. So that's the reason I was going to suggest.
I'm kind of upset when there's this company I really like makes stuff called Zombie Tools,
Mm-hmm.
and they make really nice swords and axes and knives and implements of destruction. And a long time ago when they first got started, I told them, y'all need to come up with a set of kitchen knives. And apparently that wasn't interesting enough for what they wanted to do. So, but I'm like,
I'll be back in just a few minutes, guys.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to go completely off screen because I need to hear something else going on real quick.
Okay.
Okay.
Anyway,
Why do I hear cat scratch fever in the back of my head?
All right, keep going, John.
it's just I was trying to get them to make a set of kitchen knives. And
Oh, they
yeah,
wouldn't.
not. They were like, oh, we don't do stuff like mundane stuff like that. I'm like, that's you
Right.
you make a nice set of carbon steel kitchen knives, and you wouldn't you'd have to turn off your cell phones. That's just
Yeah.
because nobody makes carbon steel knives anymore except Ontario Knife Company. They still make the old hickory products, which I have to hide because I can't tell for some reason. If you tell people these are carbon steel, don't put them in the sink in water. They're wooden handled. They're carbon steel. Do not put them in the sink in water. Come in and find them laying in the bottom of the sink.
Yeah. I had a whole set. They weren't an expensive set, but I kept coming back and finding them soaking in the sink with the dishes. And then when the inevitable happened, somebody, not Lindsay, one of her predecessors, was gonna throw them all away. And I gathered them up and I took them and put them out in the barn. And over the following couple of weeks, I went out there with a Brillo pad and a little bit of 3-in-1 oil and reclaimed
3-in-1.
those. Oh yeah,
I use cooking oil. So
yeah. Well, I probably should have, but I figure it's metal, 3-in-1. Yeah.
but they're wooden handled. You don't want to get the 3-in-1 in the hickory.
I wasn't putting it on the hickory.
No.
It's not like I was soaking them. I was just kind of, giving the blade a little coat, and not thick because I knew I was going to be using them in the kitchen as soon as I was free of the impediment that got them rusty to start with.
Now you're divorced from her.
Now she's in an urn. I didn't have anything to do with that. I didn't even know about it till a year after it happened.
Especially because you scrubbed all the DNA evidence off the knife blades.
All I needed to do was.
Did I say that on StreamYard?
Yeah.
Yes, you did.
That's all right. You're on so many watch lists.
Okay.
The FBI guys are going, not him again.
I had to tell
We
somebody.
watched Scarborough on the pool will be on this list this week.
A bunch of friends of mine on Facebook, when the Beirut silo explosion took place, all that ammonium or the ammonium nitrate explosive.
Yeah, when the whole building went away.
Yeah, the whole port went away.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They were doing calculations on how much explosive force it was based on, how many tons of stuff they thought it was there. And I realized their explosive force was wrong because they were using ANFO, ammonium nitrate fuel oil.
Oh, yeah.
Which is a common explosive. They were using that calculation, but it wasn't ANFO. It was just ammonium nitrate.
Ammonium nitrate.
So I went and basically corrected them online. And one of the guys I know from the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms is like, "Thank you for clarifying that." And I'm like, wait a minute, where did he come from?
Sometimes I feel like somebody watching me.
But, yes, I am on quite a few. So.
Hey, most of us are writers. We're on several ourselves.
Well, especially when you write mysteries. And you're looking for a new and different way to off your villain or to off some secondary character that they then need to investigate.
You remember that coffee clutch where we were sitting at the same table with the arson investigator?
Yes.
And he taught us about 5 different ways that we could use that nobody had ever thought of before except him. And I'm going, I wonder what kind of watch list he's on.
Well, you also have the arson investigator who was a writer who was actually committing arsons in the LA area.
Yeah, I just watched a video about him the other day. Yeah.
John Orr, I think was his name.
Yes, indeed, that was his name.
I want to say not only was he on an episode of Forensic Files, but I think they also did a Very Scary People about him as well.
Mm-hmm. Casual Criminalist did something on him, I do believe, and there was, I think, an episode of History, and he wanted to be famous.
No.
I believe the proper term for that is infamous.
No, he wanted to be famous.
Ended up infamous.
It's a little bit of a typo, but I'll take it.
It's gonna. Somebody was talking one day about why they changed the formula in match heads. because you can't get strike anywhere matches anymore. And somebody brought up, well, the chemical that they use in the head, the strike anywhere part, you can make blasting caps out of, and that's one of the reasons they got rid of that stuff. And the guy who said that says, yeah, you can't get in anymore because you can use it to make explosives and such. I go, unless you go across the border into Mexico, they still sell it right there across the border. And he kind of looked at me like, that's an American regulation. It doesn't count in Mexico.
It really is. Yeah, ain't got nothing to do in any other country.
A few old text files of a certain cookbook.
Yeah.
That has very
Anarchist
interesting
cookbook.
uses.
Right. First of all, the last time they updated that thing was 1974. So roughly half the chemical things they have in there don't count anymore because, just they've changed the formulas so much since then. It's not even funny. Which, strangely enough, that also got me in trouble when I started pointing that out to somebody. Because one of the things they put in there is about the match heads, and I said, "Well, no, you got to go across. You got to go across the border to Mexico to get those. Now you can't get them in the United States anymore." And then Drano doesn't work the way it used to, so you can't use it to set up bombs in cars with gasoline and stuff. What was the other one?
There's a lot of things that got changed
ammonium
to make
nitrate.
them not work.
Right.
Yeah.
Ammonium nitrate has so much calcium in it now that you can't. You would have to literally set up a massive chemistry lab to get the ammonium nitrate out of the calcium.
Unless you're in Beirut.
That was because of Oklahoma City.
Oh, I heard a pain.
I'm being a smart butt again.
Hey, everybody got to have a hobby.
Mm-hmm. Dan, are you encroaching on my territory?
I'm gonna jump out of the studio and come back in. I'll be right back.
Okay. Now, I used to watch a lot of true crime, and I still watch a lot of true crime when I get a chance. And very early on, Misty was starting to get nervous because, of course, I'm watching all these shows about people murdering their
significant others,
and stuff like that. And, and she's like, "Do I need to be worried?" I'm like, "One, this is research, but not in the way you think. I'm not trying to figure out how to kill you. I'm trying to figure out in 1983, did the technology exist for them to find this tuft of hair and figure out that Mr. Johnson is the werewolf through DNA?" So yes.
I'll go you one better. I bet I am the only person that you have met, that any of y'all have met, who had to explain to his mother that he met his new bride in a serial killer chat room.
Yeah.
I've had to explain to my wife what I'm doing on so many serial killer websites. Not that I'm featured on, researching from.
You could fix that.
My late husband, when we were dating, we were going out. We were getting ready to go out on a date. We left campus and went to his house because he needed to change clothes and grab some stuff before we headed out. So after he'd changed clothes, he said, "Come on back here and I'll show you some of my collector stuff." He collected full head masks from movies and everything from stormtrooper helmets to Darth Vader to you name it. He had it. He put them. He had a rack of bookshelves in one corner, and with wig stands on them, and then the masks sat on the wig stands. But he also was a professional magician and had done some escape work in the course of his performances. So he had all of that equipment Well, let's see. The guillotine was with the 5 second timer was in the far corner of the room. The manacles were actually hanging from the wall. And I kind of stepped in, looked around, started backing out, going, "What the hell have I gotten into?" So,
Well,
That's
to,
why you have so many different handcuff keys on your keyring to perspective dates when I was younger. Was really interesting as well.
to her credit, Lindsay was officially asked to line edit one of the most significant historical research books on the Jack the Ripper murders in 1888. She wasn't asked in 1888. She was asked to edit a book about 1888. No, it's by one of the most world famous authors on the subject. And basically, she spent months going through and making sure his that eliminate typos, made sure his grammar was what he wanted it to be, and didn't touch any of the historical documents and try and fix any of the quotes from that. So she had to be able to tell this is a quote from a newspaper article from 1888. Do not touch. Typos need to remain intact, and all the other, and make sure that when one particular date was referenced in particular for the one thing, every time that was mentioned, the same date was used and not a typo.
keep
It
it
might have been
consistent throughout. Yeah.
exactly because this was a research. This was basically an encyclopedia, a historical encyclopedia of the newspaper reports, the investigations, everything that had been available uh, from Scotland Yard, everything that had come up, uh, and it was all primary source material too. It's not any of this uh, repeated mistake stuff from other folks. This guy wrote the book that other people copied, and if he put in any deliberate mistakes to make sure he wasn't being plagiarized, only he knows. But and
Dan, can I do a quick interview of you on something?
let me go down the hall. Your quick interviews usually last longer than my bladder.
All right. Well, I got to get my interviewing skills down. No, that's what I had to jump away for. Possibility of a super special guest.
Very cool.
Ooh.
Should we ask?
I don't want to jinx it,
Okay.
but it's not the actual person because they passed away many years ago. But he's the grandson of probably one of the greatest pratfall actors in Hollywood.
Oh, okay.
Gerald Ford?
No, Hollywood, not Washington, D.C.
Should you ever want to, you can always practice on me.
Oh
Yeah, you can practice on me as well.
Of course, I got to interview Dan because I got a few questions. Since he brought up the Jack the Ripper, I got some good Jack the Ripper questions to ask him. Of course, he's completely killed his mic, but he's hearing me, so I'm not going to ask him right now. I'm going to wait till he gets on there because I want to get his.
Keep him in the hot seat.
Yeah, keep him in the hot seat. I got some serious questions that a good reporter would ask. What are you rubbing your head for?
Those words coming from you or Kiri make me cringe.
Why?
Because I've known you long enough. And
You ain't.
we're not even coming, or we're barely coming up on a year later on this year. So
That's what I'm saying. No, I haven't known you more than a year. Stephanie's like,
yes,
oh shit, I'm glad I didn't. Oh, but Stephanie, there is a good. You don't have Netflix, do you?
I do not.
Oh, okay. There is a good docuseries on Netflix right now.
On.
Challenger.
Oh, okay.
They've got hello Elron. They've got June Scobie Rogers on.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I forget the astronaut's name, but he was the one working console, that said Challenger go with throttle up.
Mm-hmm. That'd be the Capcom position.
Yeah, in
But I don't
Capcom.
remember who it was.
Yeah, it was sort of gut wrenching, some of the stuff that he was talking about.
Oh, I'm sure.
All right, let me get Dan into the hot seat here for the interview about the Jack the Ripper stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Jack the Ripper committed, was it 6 or 8 murders?
Canonically, it was 5.
5, okay.
It is hypothesized that it could be actually only 3, but also as many as 23.
If you include the guy that they think was the American Jack the Ripper killings. Same
Which
guy.
nobody that studies Jack the Ripper, he's, believe me, that was a bad dude, but they don't believe he had anything to do with it. He was, yeah.
And what's the common theory that he just all of a sudden quit? Did he up and die? Was he arrested for something else?
Well, that's the thing. There are only so many possibilities. Normally, a serial killer doesn't just fade away.
Yeah.
There's always an external reason for it. Might have gone to a different country, might have gotten arrested for a totally unrelated crime, might have gotten killed in an accident, might have just caught a disease and died.
No.
It's one of those things. But
okay.
From all the people that actually study serial killers, they're pretty adamant that doesn't matter how old they get, if they're still breathing, they're gonna still be wanting to go out and get their kicks.
Okay. And would Jack the Ripper still be alive today?
After 120 some 30 something years, I don't think so.
All right. You would get that question on a reporter today.
Uh-huh. It's quite possible that the autopsy victim was still alive and practicing law in New York State, but no, we don't think so.
And it's been 146 years? Is that what you said?
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, I don't know. I would have to look it up, but yeah.
If they knew his first name was Jack, how come they couldn't find him?
Do you know how many people named Jack there are?
We got to go, guys.
Oh. Good night, everybody.
Good night,
everybody.
Yeah, let me. Yeah. Good night, Elron. All right, are you ready to go?
I'm ready to go.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Oh, I have slipped the surly bonds of earth and danced the skies on laughter-silvered wings. Sunward I've climbed and joined the tumbling mirth of sun-split clouds and done 100 things you have not dreamed of. Wheeled and soared and swung high in the sunlit silence. Hovering there, I've chased the shouting wind along and flung my eager craft through footless halls of air. Up, up the long, delirious, burning blue, I've topped the windswept heights with easy grace, when never lark nor even eagle flew. And while with silent, lifting mind, I've trod the high, untrespassed sanctity of space, put out my hand and touched the face of God.